Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 88 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit and crochet, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, November 20th, 2021, and it's a gorgeous autumn day. We're heading into getting closer to Thanksgiving here in the US, and the weather's beautiful. It's a few little clouds in the air right now. It's a little on the cool side. It's probably in the upper 30s, low 40s Fahrenheit, and it's just gorgeous. This is my kind of weather. So let's see what I've been up to this week. If you've been following my channel, you know I've started doing my Whip It Down week, the Thanksgiving 2021 edition. And during this time, I focus entirely on one project or one of my whips each day during my Thanksgiving break from work. And technically our Thanksgiving break on campus begins this weekend now, but since my last face-to-face class was on Wednesday afternoon, I unofficially started my Thanksgiving break on Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning. So I always give myself a little head start. So I have spent time all day Thursday working on my Sunday cardigan. I spent all my spare time yesterday working on Shawlography. And today I'm going to be focusing on working on my Wren sideways shawl. And tomorrow I will work on my sort of shorty Halloween socks. And then I'll repeat the cycle again and repeat the next. I will get back to working on probably my Sunday cardigan on Monday. Tuesday I'll work on Shawlography. I'll decide next week if I'm going to do them in the same order I did the first 4 days, or if I will change that up. We shall see. But I've made a lot of progress on a couple of my whips since I last talked to you. So the first one I want to look at, and I'm just going to reach over here and grab it without sending little balls and cakes of yarn everywhere. And without pulling the knitting needles out of a project. So my first project that I worked on probably the most this past week is my Shawlography. And this is a mystery knit along pattern by Stephen West. It is no longer a mystery. This pattern came out, the clue started coming out the beginning of October, and I am way behind schedule. I'm so far behind almost everyone else, but I don't care. I'm still loving the knit. There's hair all over this ball of yarn. I'm shedding. I'm always shedding. Anyway, one of these days I will get my hair chopped off and donate it. But for now, hair is everywhere. So my progress on this. I forgot to mark where I was on this when I saw you last. I know I was partway through the right side wedge. I was probably about halfway through it. I'd guess I probably had about this much done, down to about here someplace. I can't quite remember exactly where I left off, but since I saw you last week, I've finished the right wedge. It's completely done. I did the last of it this past Wednesday is when I finished up that. And then when I started working on Friday was the day I focused on Shawlography, I managed to get this much done on the left wedge. So this is about halfway. This is probably about where I was on the right wedge last week. I'm at that point on this one now. So I still have a fair bit left to go. I will probably pick this one up again on Monday or Tuesday, and hopefully I'll get the left wedge completed and that will get me to the point where I am finally done with clue number 2. I found clue number 2 to be a long clue. It took a ton of time. So this is kind of what it looks like now. Clue 1 brought us up to these little guys. And then this has been clue number 2, this pink and purple section upwards. And I've just found it's been a slow knit for me. I know when I sign up for these Stephen West mystery knit-alongs, I know I'm never going to keep up with the rest of the pack, and I know I'm never going to finish it on schedule. I suspect even if I was at home 24/7 and had no other obligations, I probably still could not keep up with it. It's just too many stitches. I don't knit fast enough to keep up with it. But that's fine. I still love the knit. I still enjoy working on them, and it's all good. So that was my my progress on one of my first whip for the week. And then the second thing I worked on this week, and the project that was actually my first project, my Whip It Down week, I selected that one because that was the one that had been dormant for the longest period of time. I had not worked on that since the day before I went in for my hand surgery. And so October 5th was the last time I'd worked on that. So it was well overdue for seeing some love. And this is my Sunday cardigan, and that's a pattern, a free pattern. Oh, is it a free pattern? I don't remember. It's a pattern by Petite Knit on Ravelry, and I started this one quite some time back, and well, not that long ago, relatively speaking, but I was able to get some progress done on it on Thursday. This is a sweater that's a mohair. It's mohair and a strand of fingering weight yarn held together. And I have, well, the collar's done, the yoke is complete, and I've started working down the body of the sweater. Now let's see if I can show you a little bit here. So the pink marker is showing you where I need to keep a measurement for the length of the body. And the pattern suggests to do 26 centimeters or a little over 10 inches from the pink marker down before you start the ribbing at the bottom. And my gut feel is that I will do it longer than 10 inches. I like a sweater that's a little bit longer. I like it to cover most, if not all, of my hindquarter. I don't want a sweater that just sits on the top of my hip. I like them longer than that. So the pink marker is indicating where I measure to get to the 10 inches or longer. The green marker is where I started on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So I added a few inches to it. I'm probably getting close to 6 inches down the body now. And it wasn't as much progress as I would have liked to have done, but I added a good, probably close to 3 to 4 inches onto it during my Whip It Down week so far. So I'm hoping to get another good chunk of knitting on that done over another day or two during my Whip It Down week, and hoping that I can get, okay, now I got mohair fluffies. I am really hoping to get another couple days on it during my Whip It Down week, and I'm hoping to get this closer and closer to done. I would like to have it done in time that I can wear it and enjoy it at the coldest part of the winter, which is around here is still coming, but I would like to have that complete before we finish up 2021, but we shall see. And my third whip that I've spent some time working on this week is my Wren sideways shawl. Now this is a crochet project that is going to be a scarf. I'm sorry, I'm all itchy from yarn fluffs. This is a scarf wrap. It's going to be a wide scarf that I'm making for a young lady at our church. She's going through a rough patch right now, and I want to make her a scarf for a Christmas gift. So I've got a little bit of progress since I saw you last week, and this is my project I'm going to focus on working on today. Okay, this is the Wren sideways shawl, and it's a pattern by Claire M. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's because I wanted a yarn that was easy care and was something that the recipient and her family, because she's a teenager, as something that I don't want her mom or her family to have to worry about proper care instructions. Don't want to give her 100% wool scarf that needs proper hand wash, lay flat to dry. It needs to be a little bit blocked out again. I don't want to saddle anyone in her family with that. So I thought I'm just going to go for a wash and wear acrylic type yarn. And then I don't have to worry about it getting ruined. So again, this is a crochet project, and I'm hoping to get a good chunk done on this over the next or a couple days that I work on it this week. So here's where I am now. It is quite a wide scarf, which will be nice and thick and squishy wrapped around her neck and a bit around her shoulders. So I've done almost a full, like the beginning part and almost a full repeat on this now. So this kind of gives you an idea of what the design will look like. And it's going to be a relatively quick and relatively easy project to do. And it does have a nice little bit of a lacy detail to it. So I'm going to get back to that today and see how much I can get done on that today. And then again, it will see some attention probably 2 more times over my Whip It Down week. I might extend it, and so since I have 4 projects, I might try to do each one for 3 days, which will put me at 12 days, which is one over the time I have for my Whip It Down week. We shall see. I'm back to drinking tea. Although it's cold now. Oops. It's just plain ordinary black tea, nothing fancy. So what else is new? So again, off work for a week, which is fun. Yesterday was such a nice relaxing day. Usually the hubby and I go out and try to do something on Fridays. We go for little day trips, anything like that. And he was asking me yesterday morning, like, what do you want to do on Friday? And I said, nothing. I want to do nothing but sit at home and knit. And that's what we did. And he has been commenting this morning how he said it was such a nice way to spend a day. And I'm like, I told you that was a perfect way to spend a day. We did go downtown. We live downtown, but we just went a block down the road here for the annual Christmas tree lighting thing. So that was really nice. So we wandered down there and watched them turn the light on, got a cookie and a hot chocolate, and came back home. So that was the extent of our going out and doing much of anything out of the ordinary yesterday. And today is the Christmas holiday parade that's going through town. And our church is going to be putting together we have a small float that we're going to have in the parade. So I'm going to be participating with that. I'm just going to ride in the vehicle with our driver. And hopefully we'll have some kids from the church come out and they can help hand out candy canes to the kids watching the parade. Worst case scenario, if no one else comes out except my husband, I, and the driver, then we'll just ride in the vehicle with the float. that's perfectly fine. And I'll be able to do a little bit of crocheting while we're on the route as well. But that's going to be fun. And then afterwards, we're going to head back to the church and have pizza and drinks with whoever's come out to join us with the parade. Worst case scenario, we've decided if it's just myself, the hubby, and our driver, one of the other members of the church, we'll just go out for pizza afterwards, the three of us, and then that's it. So that's a worst case scenario. Either which way, pizza will be had. So it's when pizza's involved, it's always a good thing. But I think that's about all. We don't have any major plans for Thanksgiving. It's just my husband and I here. We don't have immediate family in the area with us. They're all back in Canada and we're in the States. But we're planning on getting a small turkey. If we can't find a small turkey, we'll get a large chicken. We'll roast that for a meal on Thanksgiving Day. We'll do stuffing, mashed potatoes, and veggies. Maybe some buns. I'd like to have buns with that. I think that would be good. Ooh, they're busing all the kids in for the parade. I've seen 4 school buses go past now. They're probably bringing all the band members in to get them all set and organized for the parade. Anyway, I'm easily distracted. What was I saying? Oh, food. I'd like to have buns too. But that'll be the extent of our Thanksgiving. It'll just be us having a meal together at home. And turkey or chicken leftovers for a while. But that's all good. And then Black Friday, we're probably just going to do some shopping online. Either Black Friday or Cyber Monday, whichever. And that'll be the extent of our Black Friday shopping. We've got a handful of electronic things that we want to get, so we'll just probably get those online. And then the other thing I have to do on Black Friday is I have to go and have a COVID test again before I go in for surgery a week from Tuesday, or a week from Wednesday. I go in and get my wonky thumb fixed, like my wonky finger got fixed. So I've got that to look forward to. So I really do want to get a lot of knitting done before I'm laid up for hand surgery, and I'll be out of commission for about 2 weeks and not be able to knit. It's all good. It's all good. Alrighty, I think that's about it. I'm starting to ramble. It's time for us to get some lunch together here and eat a quick lunch and head on out so we're ready to get our stuff together for the parade. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.